Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Rob's Rig. So I was thinking, having a it's a model year old now, unfortunately, Jeep Wrangler and its reputation for quality and potential repairs. What are the costliest repairs on the new Jeep Wrangler, or the current generation, I guess? Particularly if you've run out of warranty, either you've gone number of years or maybe over in miles, even if it's relatively new. So I went out, did a little research, and I asked, and some interesting information here. It says the most expensive repairs for a newer Jeep Wrangler, specifically the modern JL generation, which is what I have, typically involve full engine or transmission replacements, complex electrical systems, and structural body issues. Now, none of this is surprising, right? I mean, these are obviously the most costly things that you could encounter. But what do they cost, right? It says while minor suspension repairs are common, probably because people take them out and beat the hell out of them, some people, catastrophic drivetrain failures command the highest price tags. Now, here is a breakdown of what some of these costs are, right? Powertrain and engine failures. Severe engine complications top the list of repair expenses, often triggered by oil system starvation or severe cooling system failures. Both things that you would think by now in 2026 wouldn't be issues in any vehicle, right? It says here, complete engine replacement, $5,500, that's on the low end, up to $12,000. Wow, and I wonder if that even includes labor. You know, it gets to a certain point where you'd probably be better off just to scrap it and buy a new one. I mean, you know. Total engine failure or crack blocks require replacing the unit entirely, with costs spiking significantly higher for specialized trims like the Rubicon 392 V8 or the 4xe plug-in hybrid powertrains. So a couple of trims, I guess, to avoid if things like this concern you, right? Blown head gasket, warped cylinder heads, $3,800 to $7,800. Often caused by cooling system failures, overheating can warp the cylinder head, necessitating intensive teardown labor or a completely new head. Oof. Next up, transmission and drivetrain. Heavy off-road use, large aftermarket tires, or internal mechanical defects drastically accelerate the wear on the Wrangler's mechanical backbone. And you know, it's interesting, they mention large aftermarket tires and heavy off-road use. These are things that we do ourselves, right? Particularly with tires and wheels and things. You know, we all love to do that as one of the first mods. I'd say that's probably right behind window tinting, right? Jump right in, put those bigger wheels and tires on, maybe a lift. I wonder if that'll be mentioned in here. We shall see. It says here, transmission replacement, $4,000 to $6,500. Automatic and manual gearboxes can experience complete gear failure from overheating. Manual clutches have also been subject to severe cracking recalls on newer models. Again, in this day and age, we've been producing manual transmissions for years, tens of years, right? Differential rebuild, $3,500 to $5,500. Heavy-duty locking differentials found on Rubicon models are incredibly pricey to fully rebuild if the internal gears shatter from off-road abuse. So what they're really telling you, I think, is that you have this off-road worthy vehicle known for its off-road prowess, right? But don't take it off-road because you're going to have to spend a lot of money to fix it potentially. And speaking of that, you know, how does warranty figure into this? I mean, if any manufacturer can prove that you caused the problem, like maybe putting on bigger and heavier wheels and tires, it's not going to be covered because it's not a manufacturing defect. It's something that you caused. I don't think a lot of people are aware of that. Body and structure. Newer Wranglers feature a distinct design material vulnerability that results in high body shop estimates. Aluminum panel corrosion, $6,000 to $18,000. Geez, that's more than it costs to replace the engine and transmission, right? Individually. A widely documented issue with the newer JL Wranglers involves galvanic corrosion bubbling under the paint of the aluminum hood, hinges, and doors. Because the oxidation spreads between the metals, fixing it requires stripping, treating, and completely repainting multiple panels. So they're putting metals up against each other that if they touch, you can have corrosion. They react, right? Again, in this day and age, why haven't we figured that out? Don't put aluminum next to, I don't know, steel, whatever it is that it reacts with, right? Electrical and steering. Complex modern additions make diagnosing and fixing the Wrangler's digital framework a labor-intensive process. Technology, something that you hear a lot of people complain about, right? Totally integrated power module, TIPM, or main wiring harness, $1,500 to $3,000. Electrical gremlins affecting the main power modules or central dashboard cluster can render the car, the Jeep, undrivable and require hours of specialized dealership diagnostic labor. A lot of money and a lot of time. Plus, how long are you going to have it in the shop, right? I mean, we've all been there. They're going to want to keep it overnight, a week, a month. I've heard horror stories as many months, right? Complete steering overhaul, death wobble fixes. I think that's the bane of all Jeeps, right? The death wobble. That's where you're going down the road and the front tires, or maybe all the tires, start doing this. It's got to be a horror story if that happens to you, right? Complete steering overhaul, death wobble, $1,000 to $2,500. Severe front end violent shaking, and it is. I've actually seen this. I've never experienced it, but I've seen it. Usually requires replacing a combination of the steering gearbox, ball joints, track bars, and tie rods all at once to fully resolve the problem. You know, I've told this story probably more times than I should, but I was on the freeway once and there was this really nice looking Jeep and it's driving and its wheels, all of them were doing this as it was doing about 55, 65 miles an hour down the freeway. I don't even know how they were able to control it. It was the damnedest thing I've ever seen, and it was severe. All of the tires doing this. I've never seen anything since like that, but man, I could only imagine trying to control that thing from sitting in the seat, you know? Anyway, those are the most common, I guess, newer Jeep Wrangler problems and what they cost. No way would I want to spend that money. And I would say if I was into the several multi-thousands of dollars, I would probably dump that Jeep and either buy another one or, you know, maybe get something else. I don't know. But there's no way I would spend $18,000 to repair any vehicle. That's just crazy. It's almost getting up there as to half the value of the vehicle itself. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know. Ever experienced any of those things yourself? And did you pony up the money? Maybe you had to. You couldn't get out of it otherwise. To fix it, I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.